Hey everybody, happy Friday the 13th, right? That's kind of weird. I'm not suspicious. Not suspicious. Yeah. Words. It's still like Monday or Friday morning here where I am. I don't know where you are in your time zone, but I'm glad that we can come together and have this amazing power hour. Do me a favor, if you can and you feel comfortable, turn your videos on so that I can see your faces and we can work together. I find that always helpful. Also, if you have a team, go ahead and message them, invite them to come on, say, hey, power hour just started, let's work together. Let's get as many people on as possible. I am recording this, so you'll be able to go back later. We've got some amazing op calls to invite people to tonight. There's still so much time in the day for you to touch base with people and be like, yo, what do you got going on tonight? I'm going to give you some amazing message examples that my team has been using that I'm getting good feedback on. So if you are on my team and you're seeing these again, don't worry, it's okay. I've changed them up to reflect what the activity should be for our VIP lists, for prepping for what is coming the next few weeks, and to really get you in the mindset of not letting anybody fall through the cracks. Before we get started, I'm going to, and this is something I always do on my power hours. If you've joined me before, you kind of know, I want to set the stage for our mindset. Okay. I like to read several different personal development books at the same time. I'm always trying to feed my mind with good, positive things, because when you put good in, good is going to come out. Okay. And this is about having a breakthrough in life, in business, in your mindset. And I'm going to read it to you. This is from the John Maxwell Daily Reader. This is something that has helped me this year, just having a little bit of good wisdom every single day. It doesn't have to be like 25 pages a day, nothing like that. Although it is good to read. I mean, if you've ever done or heard of 75 Hard, I know they encourage 10 pages a day of some sort of personal development. This is 1 page. Okay. So if you can pay attention and focus, like me, who I'm a squirrel, you'll be able to do this. Okay. So it's about breakthrough. Every major difficulty you face in life is a fork in the road. You choose which track you will head down, towards breakdown or breakthrough. Dick Biggs, a consultant who helps Fortune 500 companies improve profits and increase productivity, writes that all of us have unfair experiences. And as a result, some people merely exist and adopt a cease and desist mentality. I'm sure we've all come across people like this. Maybe we have been a person like this in the past. But he says one of the best teachers of persistence in your life's critical turning points, one of the best teachers of persistence is your life's critical turning points. Remember the fork in the road. Everybody. There we go. Expect to experience 3 to 9 turning points or significant changes in your lifetime. These transitions can be happy experiences or unhappy times, such as job losses, divorce, financial setbacks, health problems, maybe the death of loved ones. Turning points can provide perspective, which is the ability to view major changes within the larger framework of your lifetime and let the healing power of time prevail. By learning from your turning points, you can grow at a deeper level within your career and your life. So if you've been badly hurt, then start by acknowledging the pain and grieving any loss you may have experienced. Then forgive the people involved, including yourself, if needed. Doing that will help you move on. And just think, today may be your day to turn the hurts of your past into a breakthrough for the future. And the takeaway from this is, don't allow anything from your personal history to keep holding you hostage. So that can look like a lot of different things. If nothing traumatic, or if there's not really a turning point in your life going on right now, maybe you can look at your business every single morning and your action and plan it out. Like Brooke was talking about earlier in the week, Brooke Smith, her power hour was great for planning out your day and planning out your week. She actually teaches you how to do that. I'm not going to teach you how to do that on this call right now, but you can go back and find the recording to that, listen to it, and use every day that you've planned the day before to start out with a new perspective on what you want to achieve in that day. I have a personal history of struggling with anxiety. And I think one of the reasons is because I'm an overachiever, and I set really high expectations of myself and what I can achieve in a day. And it often has put me in a place of anxiety and personal disappointment when I don't live up to my own standards. But what I have learned through that fork in the road is that I can redefine what success is. And so today, success is going to be sending out these message examples and inviting people to the calls that we know will bless somebody. Brooke talked about sending a lot of your messages on Tuesday and Wednesday so that you can follow up the end of Wednesday and Thursday in order to close by Friday because of weekly pay. If you haven't done that this week, that's okay. We're going to start today, and we're going to have some action items that are going to help you guys not only Carol, she said she didn't want to scare anybody by turning on her video. Whatever, Carol, stop. So today I'm going to actually help you with your VIP list. I'm going to help you reach out to people that maybe you've sent samples to in the past. We're going to talk to prospects, inviting them to the calls tonight. I'm going to show you the screenshot of the different calls that I know of that are going on at different times, so you guys can choose and then edit. I'm going to drop the message examples in the chat so you can highlight them, copy, edit, and write them down put them in the notes section of your phone so you can send them out to the people that you're talking to. I also have message examples that I used with my team to talk to inactive customers, active customers, inactive ambassadors, and active ambassadors. Okay, I got you, boo. Don't be overwhelmed. I'm going to give them to you each individually so that you can either save them or use the ones that you want to use. Pro tip, I have a notes section on my phone that has thousands of message examples that I have used in the past to reach out to different types of people. Anytime I'm coming up with a blank in my mind, what is what is it they call it when you're an author and you have like a mind block and you can't think of words? If you're ever feeling like that, have a plan in place ahead of time to help you through it. That's what these message examples do. Okay, this is not to like go mass copy and paste to like 500 people. First of all, that'll get you in social media jail. Second of all, people know when you're copying and pasting a message to them. I encourage voice messaging because I think it comes across as more genuine. They can hear when you're smiling. Okay. And especially if you edit the message to fit the person that you're talking to and their particular pain points, you're going to have so much more success. And guys, this is network marketing. Bottom line, we're in network marketing. If you don't want to reach out to people to share what we have, you're probably in the wrong business. Jake says that all the time. Just accept that you are in network marketing. It is a beautiful thing. You can redefine whatever definition you have of it in your mind if you need to. But just know that you're going to have to reach out to your network in order to grow your team. If you are in management mode and you're kind of relying on the existing team that you have to bring new people in, that's the fastest way for your team to die. I'm hashtag real talk. Let's just get real. You have to lead by example. It's one of the things that makes Francesca Fields so attractive, not only to the field, but to people outside of the field that are coming in. It's because she leads her team by example. So we're going to do that. The first thing you got to do is you got to put yourself in people's shoes. Ask yourself, what do they need? What are their fears? What gets them excited? What do you want to see them loving in their life? Or I'm sorry, what do you see them loving in their life? You have to identify what they're passionate about in order to know what would attract them. And so what is most important to the person that you're talking to? When you fill the need, that is what is going to speak to their hearts. And are you living the lifestyle of the person that you most want to work with? So if you haven't identified who that is, that's going to be your first hurdle in growing your business. And so I'm actually going to put those questions here in the chat for you so you can think about it and ponder it, because sometimes the answers to those questions don't always come quickly, and that's okay. It might take time to identify the niche that you are wanting to build within. But rando posting on social media because you feel the need to like hurry up and get somebody on an off call, that's not necessarily going to identify with the strong leaders that you want to attract into your business, right? This business is legit. So we plan our day before the day comes. We plan ahead for events. We save our money for events so we can bless our teams. We run legit businesses. And so when you're thinking about the answers to these questions that I just put in the chat, you've got to think about the legitimate business partner that you want to attract. Once you've identified that, when you send out these messages, your posture is going to be different because you know that you are running a legit business. It's going to come across differently than if you're just sending messages blindly. Lisa asked, how do you recommend figuring out who your ideal person is? That's part of the exercise. You've got to know in your heart of hearts the kind of person that you are, and if you want to work with you. Would you want to work with you if you were in an interview and you were interviewing yourself? Take some time to write down the traits and the qualities of a person that you would accept into the position if you were interviewing them. This is why we screen people. This is why we ask them, are you willing to give 5 to 7 hours a week to start out to run after bonuses? This is why we ask people if they're willing to turn on a monthly recurring order so that they can be commission qualified. This is why we ask them if, they're willing to invest $200 to $250 to start. And we're not apologetic about it, because those are just some basic building blocks of, are you ready to open your doors for business? But when you think of traits of the person that you want to work with, glad you asked this question, Lisa. I actually have mine written down on a note card on my desk, and I look at that because whenever somebody is introduced to me in a 3-way chat through one of my teams, or if I'm looking at someone who's interacting on a post, like just now, I posted something telling a little bit about my story. You can go look at my Facebook and look at it. If someone were to comment and say, hey, I'm ready, I'm interested, you better believe that I'm going to their social media and looking at what they're posting. Are they confident? Are they a happy social media person? Are they controversial? How much influence do they have? Do they have commitment? Are they positive? Are they solution oriented? Are they a servant leader? Do they care about others more than they care about themselves? You can kind of tell sometimes when someone is really self-focused. Are they disciplined? Are they always posting about how they're a hot mess and they're always late? Or do they show a different lifestyle when what they post? Some of this stuff occurs naturally to people, and you can identify these traits pretty quickly. Just know that when you're talking to people, the why is so much more important than the how or the what. The how and the what are our systems and our products. The why is what drives us to do this and show up on this call and share Q Sciences with other people. You have your why. If you haven't identified your why, that's another hurdle that you're going to have to identify in order to attract the right people into your business. But just know that the person that you're talking to, put yourself in their shoes. They have a why as well. And so when you touch on that, when you identify that and nurture that and show them that they can achieve that here, they're going to be so pumped. Before I ever saw an op call, I actually had a 2-hour conversation with Francesca. And I think that conversation was pivotal when I was deciding whether or not I wanted to do this, because she touched on all of the things that I wanted to achieve in my career and for my family. I related to her immediately. And I knew that was the kind of person that I wanted to follow, because I could tell she cared about me and my family. And so that's what we have to think about whenever we're having these conversations. It's not about closing the deal. It's not about, oh, okay, what order of the system I got to make sure I have it in the right order. Throw away logistics for a second and think about the heart of the matter. What do we offer here that would bless somebody's life? Is it community? Is it mentorship? Is it training? Is it the fact that they know our children's names? Is it the fact that they don't forget what's important to us, even after you've been with a company for a while? These are good things to remember when you're talking with somebody. All right. So I am assuming that everybody on this Zoom is a part of Tara and Francesca's team on the movement, right? And so she posted something about the landing page for inviting prospects on the VIP list the week of convention. I'm seeing some nods. That's good. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to actually post the link to that before I give you the message example, because as you're sending these messages out to your VIP list and you're plugging people into this landing page, you're going to want to have the link ready. So that's the link to the landing page. What's going to happen the week of convention is everybody that's been registered through that link is going to be sent out push notifications that are written by Francesca, which is awesome. They're going to be in the know literally all throughout the week as information comes out on what's coming. It's going to like totally up the level of legitimate business in the eyes of your prospect. So that's the link. You can go and look at it. I've even asked permission of some active ambassadors and customers on my team, say, hey, all this amazing stuff is coming. I'm super excited about it. Can I use you as a guinea pig to plug you in so that we all know what this is going to look like the week of convention? Everybody has said yes. So whether that's like a working ambassador or an inactive ambassador, it's been good to add them to my VIP list, because if they're feeling discouraged or if they're feeling like, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm feeling overwhelmed, they're going to get notifications the week of convention, whether they're actually there in person or not. So I thought of that this morning and it's been going well so far. Are you guys ready for the first message? Give me a thumbs up. And if, just like Lisa did all along the way during this power hour, if you have any questions or you want to unmute yourself, you're welcome to do that for the benefit of the whole group. So this first message is basically a check-in with the people who are already on your VIP list. Because in order to enter their name, you're going to need their phone number and their email address. Okay, so if you don't have that already, this is what you can send. Hey friend, happy Friday. So how are you? I saw you've been juggling the back to school rush this week. Are you hanging in there? Virtual hugs. Love. If I haven't told you already, you're a blessing and you're a valued part of my Q family here. I'm really thankful for your friendship. As promised, I've added you to my VIP list for being in the know. That means you're going to get info before anyone else. I'm so excited about the next few weeks. I wanted to send you some short info leading into our huge product drop. Could you drop me your email address and phone number real quick? So that just ensures that you're keeping in touch with people who are on your VIP list. They know what to expect. If you want to add in their convention so they're not like, what is she talking about? You can do that. Edit this to sound like you. If this doesn't sound like you, make it sound like you. Because otherwise they're going to know that you're sending it to everybody. And sometimes I even, I like to speak the unspoken. Let's just address the elephant in the room. If you're uncomfortable with the fact that you're having to send this out to a lot of people, say that. Type in, I'm sending this to my whole team and I don't want you to be left out. Speak the unspoken. It makes things a lot less weird. Okay. All right. So make sure that you're touching base with people on your VIP list. My goal was to get at least 50 people on my VIP list. I'm still growing that list. This is the preparation that we are doing now. When Francesca talks about getting into action, this is a part of that. So we do not want to miss that wave. You will not miss the wave if you send out these messages and you are touching base with people and loving on them from the heart and speaking the unspoken, okay? All right, so it is the 13th, okay? This means that you should be doing two things. You should have run your close to rank report. Everybody who is close to rank, know who those names are. Sometimes people have no idea how close they are to reaching a paycheck. Since it's Friday, if you have people who are on that close to rank report and they're like one ambassador away, 200 POV away, oh my goodness, you guys, like you can help them get paid. So make sure you're sending out those messages. If somebody's auto ship hasn't run yet, the 15th is the last day for auto ships to run. So I'm going to send you a message that you can send to maybe new people that don't have an auto ship on, but also think of people who have yet to have their auto ships run because they have 2 more days for that to run and be commission qualified. This is such a gift that Jake gave us. I was actually here when auto ships ran, I think it was until the 26th. By him changing it to the last day of auto ships running as the 15th, we actually can predict and have time the rest of the month to add new people to our team to reach that next rank or to help people re-rank by the end of the month. It's a huge indicator of what's happening in your business, and we're not in the dark on it. And I love that he has given us that ability. So reach out to your people, let them know the bigger vision of that and why. And I think that can help you along the way. So this message helps with new ambassadors who do not have their auto ship on. Hey, I'm so excited for your decision to partner with us. We actually need to help you earn your fast start bonus this month, which is, and then you can fill in the blank there. I noticed you don't have your auto ship on, and I want to help you get that set up so you're qualified for weekly pay. Now, guys, you can actually reach out to people who are in your downline. You don't have to be their direct sponsor to send them this message. You can reach out to them and say, hey, I'm Ashley. I'm a part of your Q Sciences support team. It is so nice to meet you. Congratulations. I'm so excited for your decision to partner with us. We need to help you earn your fast start bonuses this month. Which is whatever, if they've already gotten builder, it would be pro. If they've already gotten pro, it would be executive, all three, whatever you want to put in there. But I noticed you don't have your auto ship on, and I want to help you get that set up so you're qualified for weekly pay. And then you could even say, it's Friday. If we help you rank by tonight and invite people to Brandon Stevens' op call, you can actually get a paycheck the very next Friday. Are you running for that? Or do you want to? Or are you open to that? I always leave a question at the end that allows them to give me their permission. That way they don't feel pushed. So on some power hours, the person who's running the power hour will give you the message and then give you time to send that out. What I like to do is I like to equip you with all the different messages that you can send. And if you want to work during the power hour and choose which messages you want, fantastic. I don't want to bother you or distract you from that. But if you want an arsenal of different message examples that you can use for your team and want to keep up with me and how I post them and explain them, that's okay too. However you want this, I want it to be beneficial. So that's just kind of how I roll. Okay, I have some message examples for existing team members, even an invite to convention, because if you have anybody on your team who is selling their ticket or who has extra tickets they haven't used yet, switch your mind from that to, I'm going to use these extra tickets that I know they're available to actually invite a prospect to come. They don't have to necessarily sign up and be an ambassador at convention. They can be a prospect to come check it out. What better way to close somebody and show them our culture than to be there in person, them seeing these people in the flesh? Amazing. So I'm going to drop that message here in a minute, but I want to make sure that you guys are equipped to invite to tonight's op calls. So I'm going to share my screen for each one. If you don't have the access to the graphic, take a screenshot of the graphic so you can send it to your prospect. Okay, y'all ready for that? All right, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so you should be seeing Tia. Is that right? Okay, that's at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't know what time that is Central Time because I'm in Hawaii. I have no idea what the time zone is. But take a screenshot that has the Zoom ID number and the password. You guys on social media, do not post the graphic with the Zoom information on it. In many cases, those numbers are people's phone numbers, and we don't want weirdos jumping on. Plus, it creates kind of a little bit of intrigue where they would have to message you or have a conversation with you in order to get the password and Zoom ID. Okay. So that's Tia's. Their edification, her and her friend Leah are right here. Just a reminder that edification is actually your biggest tool in how you talk to people about your community, your mentors, and following the system here. You've got to learn edification and edifying the person that you are going to be connecting them to in order to show people that they can do this, they're not alone, and that it makes sense for them. I see a question here from Holly. Would you send this to someone that is one of your legs that you aren't building? My sponsor is building one of my legs, and a large portion does not have auto ship on because the people that brought them in never emphasized it, even though my sponsor does. So I would go to the leg that you're building in first in the pod that you're working in, but I would also not leave out the people who are being built, because your main goal is whatever pod, team, leg that you're building in, that it will not only outrank you, that you will build it so strong that it will pass up your runaway leg. And your runaway leg is actually the biggest indicator of success that you have in this opportunity to start out with. A runaway leg is not a bad thing. You're actually doing it right if you have a runaway leg. Okay. I learned that at Silver Summit, and it helped me connect with my team in a more positive way. So I know my team members that are on my runaway leg. And so you do have to prioritize your activity, leading by example, making sure you're getting your income producing activity in first, and then reaching out to your existing team members, starting with the pod that you're working in. And then because there's an 80-20 rule that Jake teaches. 80% of your time should be spent with the 20% of the team that you are building with and that are committed to their business. Part of that 20% could be in your runaway leg. So, and he even talks about framing your week and scheduling your week with the people who are the ones that you're building with. And then the time that's left over in your week is, and it's tough to prioritize people that way, but we're running a legitimate business. You've got to know what your goals are and work with what you have and work with who you have. And that's a concept for maybe when your teams are bronze and above, which is why they teach it at Silver Summit, but I wouldn't leave anybody out. Just might be a different order. Okay, so the second op call that you might want to take a screenshot of the graphic is Brooke Lloyd. She has a call tonight at 8 p.m. Central. And there is her edification down at the bottom. So make sure you guys have that or screenshot that. And then the third one that I have is Brandon Stevens, who's going to be talking with Jake. And that's at 8:30 p.m. There is something really special called the power of three. And if you have not heard about taprooting or the power of three, this is an excellent night to practice it. So the power of three is, let's say that you have somebody who's really excited and you're inviting them to the first Zoom, and they have friends that they're thinking of, and you're in contact with them. And after the Zoom, immediately you're sending them a message saying, hey, what stood out to you about that call? What did you love about that? Wasn't that amazing? Yeah, I'm thinking of people. Cool. We actually have another Zoom at 8:30. And then guess what? The president of the company is speaking at 9. They should come and listen. Do you have people that you can invite this, like, to come hear about this too? And they might not have even signed up yet, and that's okay. Because what if they have people that they know that they invite to come hear about it? Like, oh my goodness, I'm giving myself permission to think about this, and it's really exciting. Come listen to what I'm looking at. I want you to get your eyes on it with me. You're helping them reach out and follow the system already, and they haven't even joined yet. So they come and hear Brandon or Brooks and then Brandon and hear from Jake. Whoa, you might have the power of three taprooting all of a sudden with, if you don't know what taprooting is, it's you have a person and they're well connected and you're tapping into their network, helping them invite people in their network that you wouldn't have had access to unless you started talking to them, because every person knows a person. Jake's wife, Sarah, does an amazing training on taprooting. So contact your sponsor and see if they can track that training down for you, because it's very helpful in explaining how this works. But we have 3 op calls right in a row. So why not invite to one and say, hey, who do you know that would want this? There's actually another call at this time with the president. They should hear it too. And then you could have multiple people on tonight. I'm being asked to show Brooks one more time. Oh, I closed it. Hold on. There we go. Okay, everybody get that? Cool. So now you're going to get the message to invite to it. Yay. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 different ones with 2 different edifications. The first one is just like a generic message that is edifying Fran. So you're going to edit that according to whoever you're inviting to the op call and to whose op call it is. So this is the one that I used to, oh, sorry, Jackie, I'm sending that to you. There you go, girl. Only you. Just kidding. Sorry. You're like, what are you talking about? It's not in the chat. It's because I was sending it to her directly on accident. There we go. So this first one is the message to Fran, or edifying Fran. You're going to edit this to edify the person whose op call it is. I'm going to show you how I edified Tia. So, hey, I know we've chatted about, and this is someone you've talked to in the past, right? So you might remember a pain point. If you take notes on your prospects and you keep a notebook of the people that you've talked to and their pain points, this is going to be so much faster and easier for you. That's a pro tip. In my next level achievement planner that's sold by the Bird Group, they actually have a section for prospect notes. And you can number those notes so you can easily flip to them with the people that you're talking to and know exactly like what their pain points are. So that's very organized, like next level for a squirrel like me. That's really helped me like up my game in this business. So anyway, I know we've chatted about, I don't know, this could be anything like back pain. I have someone I think you really need to meet. My sweet friend Tia, who is a top earner and council member chosen by our company to be a voice for us in the field, has been able to build a massive international business from home while raising her kids. And now she actually helps other women, including me, which she doesn't even have to do, build incredible incomes from their phone. So what I'm learning from her has completely blessed my life. She's actually sharing a little bit of her story tonight, and I really think it could be worth your time to take a look. If I sent you the link, would you want to hop on and check it out? So I would voice message this, particularly because that's typically the nature of true relationship, is hearing people's voices and connecting with them on that level. So those are several examples you can use. Of course, if you have a big prospect, I have a message example for that as well. So save this and edit this, because here's what it could sound like for tonight. Okay, oh my goodness, Nat, you've been on my mind for ages. Like, I respect you like crazy, and I've watched you be successful in everything you've done, which is why I'm reaching out. I think you could truly make a difference here. And my friend Brandon, who is a top earner making like gangsta money, he and I are looking for someone to help make a solid income. So we have products that help with so much. We're about to release a medical grade liquid collagen. If you're at all open to something like this, can I invite you to his Zoom tonight? Nobody has to know. Change your name to Irene. Are you open? You know, edit how you want it to look. But if you know they're not free or they say, hey, I'm not available tonight, because you literally could send one liner and say, hey, are you free tonight at 8? And they'd be like, why? What's up? Be like, well, listen, you've been on my mind. I totally respect you like crazy. I've watched you be successful in everything that you do. And I think you could totally make a difference here with what I'm doing. I mean, my friend Fran, she's a top earner making $120 a month. Like, what? We're always looking for someone to help make a solid income. So we've got products, and we're about to release a medical grade liquid collagen, but there is a Zoom tonight that you have to hear. The president of the company who has mentored me and is talking about all of this, just a brief overview. You've got to hear what he has to say. Will you come and listen? Especially if they've already said they're free. I love it. Okay. Here's another pro tip. When you're talking to people, sometimes I like to send a selfie, like a crazy funny selfie, just to say hi, to let them know that like, hey, I'm a real person. Ha ha ha. You can send them a picture of the product that you're talking about. You can offer to send them goodies and ask them if they'll watch a video of some kind that you know of, if they're not available tonight. But I always follow up within 10 minutes of sending whatever, whether it's a selfie, a product sheet, any kind of third-party tool. And I tell them ahead of time that I'm going to. Like I will send them a picture and say, hey, I'm going to give you some time, like a few minutes to look over this. I'll touch base with you in about 10 minutes. And that's called working by appointment. And it sets expectations with the person that you're talking to, so that it's not weird. People, they often ask me, how much time do you leave before you follow up? I set a time, I let them know, and then I do it. And this could be any span of time. If you're getting the vibe that they're not really into it, I ask permission to add them to my VIP list, to send them a happy sample, thank them for being my friend, and telling them that I'll follow up with them in 2 weeks. And then I open up my calendar and I write their name down 2 weeks from that day. And then on that day, I send them a message and I say, hey, I'm just following up like I promised, or I'm circling back or swinging by or checking in just to say hi like I promised I would. How's it going? We've got some new stuff. I'd love to send you some info. Are you open? Until they tell me to like lose their number, I don't stop that cycle, because I'm not keeping it weird. I'm keeping it transparent. I'm casual, but I'm transparent. I'm a straight shooter. And I find that people respect me more in conversation when I do that, because they know what I'm about. I want to help them. I've got something good that I'm so excited to share. And it doesn't affect our friendship if they're not into it. Because like expectations are clear, because I think it was Brene Brown says, clear is kind, instead of like murky and weird. Right? Laura says, do you follow up with individuals that don't respond to the initial voice message, or do you bless and release? I never really release. Because in my mind, I'll never take no for an answer. I know it sounds crazy, but again, I don't make it weird. So what I do is if they don't, if they don't answer the voice message or the message that you send, I find another way to connect with them. So I'm going to their social media, I'm interacting with their stories with a heart and some sort of question. Like if they posted a story of their kids going back to school and they were crying about it, I'll like put a big heart and say, oh, mama, that's so hard. Back to school's rough. How are you doing? And I'll comment on their story. Another thing I'll do is if they've posted recently, I'll love their post and then I'll make some sort of value adding comment. So if they've posted their favorite shampoo from Amazon, I'll be like, oh, I got to try that. Here's what I'm using. Do you think it would work for me? And I ask a question, because that's going to do multiple things. It's going to show them that you're interested in them more than just a number in your business. It's going to boost the algorithm, because when you ask a question within social media, the algorithm rewards community building and conversation starters. So if you are continuing the conversation with a question in the comment with at least 3 to 5 words, they're actually going to see more of your content. And so if you kind of have an idea of what their pain point is, and you've done all of those things, you sent them a message, they ghosted you, you commented on a story, you commented on a post, and you kind of have an idea of what their pain point is, you can then go post on social media with that, like answering that objection. So here's an example. I have somebody I'm talking to, they're nervous to start over. They have a lot of influence. I pulled some strings because we have access to our mentors, and I actually got them access to a product to try. I sent that to them. Then I comment on every single one of their stories, all of their posts. They're actually with a different opportunity. And so I invested in their business as well, because I want to show them that I care about them. And, you know, I'm posting about things that I know they told me that they're nervous about. So all of my content for the past 2 weeks has been about overcoming hardship, overcoming fear, starting a new journey, why it's not a big deal necessarily to start over, like some of these things by my content that I'm posting without actually like saying directly to them, don't be scared. You know what I mean? So yes, I'm piquing interest in a different way, Laura. I'm living the lifestyle of the person that I know I want to work with. And of course, guys, like, be true to yourself. Like, don't go be like somebody else, be yourself. But we can post about the why instead of the how or the what. Think of Apple products and how they market to people versus Dell and PC companies. Dell tried to put out a lot of different kinds of products, and they fell flat because they had marketed themselves only as a good computer company. Whereas Apple answers the why. I saw a commercial the other day of an Apple computer, and it was a farmer who had lost his phone in a haystack. And he gets his Apple Watch and he dings his phone of find my phone. It's in the haystack. He sticks his arm in the haystack, finds his phone, puts it in a pocket, and gets back on his tractor. That commercial told you exactly why a farmer would need an iPhone. And so when we're posting on social media and we're reaching out to people, we're showing people why. We're not showing people the how or the what. Does that make sense? Okay. Did I talk to you guys about reaching out to people that you've sent samples to before? Now would be a good time to follow up with people when it comes to samples. So if you're like me, I have a big whiteboard behind me, and I have a list of all the people that I've sent samples out to this month. I can look at that board and know. But if you haven't necessarily been that, or not that that's organized, but have that type of organizational system, You can go into messages on Messenger and type in samples, type in goodies, type in, can you send me your address? And pull up all of the messages that you've ever had in your history that'll show you who you've sent samples to in the past. And you can send a message and say, hey, remember when I sent you that goodie bag or whatever? I hope you loved it. I just want you to know that some amazing things are coming. If you're open to it, I would love to put you on my VIP exclusive in the know list. Is it okay if we continue this conversation? Like, I just kind of keep it real like that. So make sure that you go back to everybody you've ever sent samples or tried something. Know that the big stuff is coming and we're really excited about it. And then if you just want a generic, very simple, effective follow-up message, here's what I like. Hi, I know you are interested in hemp honey or CBD or collagen or whatever. Can I help answer any more questions? We also have an incredible testimony page if you'd like to see how others are benefiting. What this does is it shows them that you're not alone, they're not alone. And when you add them to that testimony page, they can see that we have a system. And so they're getting some third-party stuff, and it gives you a reason to follow up. Another thing that you can add at the end of this is, hey, I know you were interested in hemp. Can I help answer any more questions? Are you ready? You could send, hey, I know you were interested in earning some side income. Our president is talking tonight on an exclusive Zoom. If I secured your VIP spot, would you come and listen? If I could get you a spot on that Zoom, would you come listen? I hope these are helpful. So now I'm going to drop some messages to existing teams. Inactive customer, inactive ambassador, active ambassador. Would that be helpful? Okay. So this first one is to inactive customers, people that have purchased from you before, but maybe for one reason or another, they turned off their order or they haven't ordered in a long time. You say, hey friend, how are you? So I see you've been hiking and staying active with the family. What beautiful memories you're making. Say something personal in there. I wanted to reconnect today. Not sure if you've seen some of the amazing stuff that's dropped since you ordered last. I think you'll love it. Any chance you want to take a look at what we've got and what's coming. I'd love to send you a few goodies and send you the most recent product catalog if you're open to it. If I haven't told you lately, you're a blessing and a valued part of my Q family here, and I'm thankful for your friendship. So what this does is it asks them several questions. Are they open to hearing more? Do they want to see what we currently have? And can I send you some stuff to try? You're valued and I love you. So you're touching on some pain points and you're squashing the objections before they ever happened. This is a message example for an inactive ambassador, somebody who you've worked with in the past. Maybe life happened and they turned off their order for some reason. This is what you can say. Hey friend, how are you? I saw you've been dancing more. That makes me so happy for you. Listen, I wanted to reconnect today. Not sure if you've seen some of the amazing stuff that's dropped since you ordered last. I think you'll love it. Any chance you want to jump back in with me? I'd love to work with you again and see you and your family be blessed by what's coming. Our team is about to explode. It's going to be an epic season. You know I'm always in your corner whenever you want to get on board. Guys, sometimes people walk away from your business, and I think it's wise to not burn bridges. Even if there is a level of disappointment or, I don't know what the situation always is. I just know in the past, sometimes I have felt I don't know, betrayal is kind of like a really strong word, but I've seen people feel that, And so I just think it's really important to leave space for wherever people are and practice an abundance mindset so that you can bless people and release them if they need to be released, but at the same time, leaving the door open because you never know what God could do and turn things around and people return to you. And so I think it's really important to shore yourself up, be the bigger person whenever somebody walks away and say, I really hope that you find what you're looking for. This doesn't affect our friendship. I'm always in your corner. And then that way, when new things come out, you can send a message like this and say, hey, any chance you want to work together again? If not, no big deal. I just want you and your family to be blessed by what's coming. And if the system did its job and weeded somebody out of your life and out of the business because that wasn't meant to be, that's okay too. You don't have to reestablish a relationship if it's not healthy. I will say that. That's okay. Standards, clear as kind. Okay. I know we just have a few more minutes here. Here is a message to an active customer. Hey friend, how are you? So I saw you've been hiking, staying active with fam, whatever. What beautiful memories you're making. I wanted to send a big thank you. If I haven't told you lately, you're a blessing and valued part of my Q family here. I'm so thankful for your friendship. Have you seen some of the amazing stuff that's dropped since you ordered last? Oh my goodness, you're going to love it. I'd love to send you some goodies, send you the most recent catalog, drop your address. And in the meantime, take a look at those new Q Fit stacks. They are right up your alley. You can always suggest a new product to someone who ordered last month. Encourage them trying new things. Let them know that they're special to you and that you see them. All right. And then here is the invitation message that I put together for inviting somebody to convention. Even though tickets are sold out or whatever, there's tickets floating around that you can acquire, I promise. Invite to convention. Hey, Maria, how are you? So we're doing great, traveling a lot. We just settled in Oahu. It's been wild. Listen, the reason I'm messaging you is because I know it's been a long time since we connected, but I noticed that you're still in Dallas. I don't know if you're open or not, but I've been working on a big event for September 2nd through 4th there, and I would love to share it with you. And then you can ask them, are you open, or just leave it at that. Keep it simple. If you're talking to somebody already, invite them to convention. If they are slightly interested and they are close to the area, be like, yo, I totally forgot to mention this. So I'm working on a big event in Dallas that first weekend in September. Are you going to be around? Do you want to be my VIP guest? All right. Do you guys have any questions?
Actually, I do have a question. Did you say you have one of these little scripts for an active ambassador? Or is that the convention one?
Let me see.
Or did I miss it?
I thought I did. It's not here though. I mean, you can use the message to an active customer and then just switch the words around. And I think it would be important to validate the work that they are doing.
Yeah.
You can say whatever I said in the active customer one and be like, just letting you know, I see how hard you're working and I think you're amazing. I really look up to you because XYZ, and I'm so excited about what this season is going to do for your business. Just help them feel seen and heard.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for jumping on. Happy Friday. Go get them.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Bye. Bye.
Bye.